You were born as a Viking. Could you survive? Imagine opening your eyes. But something feels wrong. The air is cold. Your bed is not soft. There is no phone beside you, no warm bedroom, no electricity, no city lights outside your window. Instead, you hear wind hitting wooden walls, a fire crackling in the center of a longhouse, people speaking in a language you somehow understand, and somewhere outside, waves crashing against a frozen shore. You sit up slowly. Wooden beams, animal skins, smoke in the air, people sleeping close together for warmth. And then you realize the truth. You were born as a Viking, not as a king, not as a legendary warrior, not as the hero of a saga, just an ordinary person trying to survive in one of the harshest worlds in history. Your life begins in the north, a land of cold seas, dark forests, rocky coastlines, and long winters. This is not a world of comfort. This is a world where food matters, fire matters, family matters, and weakness can become dangerous very quickly. As a child, your first lesson is simple. Survival is work. Every day, people around you are busy. Someone is chopping wood. Someone is repairing tools. Someone is feeding animals. Someone is preparing fish. Someone is weaving cloth. Someone is sharpening a blade. Nothing is wasted. A broken tool is repaired. Old clothes are patched. Bones become needles. Wood becomes bowls. Animal hides become warmth. Even children have work to do. You carry water. You gather firewood. You feed goats. You help clean fish. You listen. You watch. You learn. There is no easy childhood here, but there are stories. At night, the longhouse glows with firelight. The air smells like smoke, meat, wet wool, and cold earth. People sit close together while the wind screams outside, and the old stories begin. Stories of Odin, Thor, Loki, Freya. Stories of giants, monsters, sea serpents, and strange lands beyond the horizon. You hear about brave warriors, dangerous voyages, hidden treasure, and people whose names live forever because they did something worth remembering. In the Viking world, being remembered matters. Your name is your shadow. Your family is your shield. Your reputation follows you everywhere. But outside the longhouse, life is brutal. Winter can be cruel. Snow covers the land. The sea turns dark and dangerous. Food becomes harder to find. A bad harvest can mean hunger. A sick animal can mean disaster. A broken boat can change everything. You understand something very early. The Viking world is beautiful, but it does not forgive mistakes. When spring finally comes, the village changes. The snow melts. The ground softens. People step outside more often. Fields are prepared. Animals are moved. Tools are repaired. And the ships are checked. Because for Vikings, the sea is not just water, it is a road. A road to trade, a road to wealth, a road to danger, a road to places you have never seen. You see a longship pulled toward the shore. Long, narrow, fast. Its wooden sides are strong. Its sail is bright. Its carved dragon head looks like something from a nightmare. To you, it seems impossible. How can wood carry people across such huge, violent water? But the older sailors do not look afraid. They know the wind. They know the stars. They know the waves. And they know that across the sea, there may be silver, land, food, and glory. As you grow older, your body becomes stronger. Your hands become rough. You learn to row. You learn to work with rope. You learn to carry heavy things without complaining. You learn that pain is normal. Cold is normal. Fear is normal. But showing too much fear can be dangerous. In your village, people remember everything. They remember if you are brave. They remember if you are lazy. They remember if you keep your word. And they remember if you run when others stand. One day, you are taken to a gathering called a thing. It is not an object. It is an assembly, a place where free people meet. They discuss problems, settle disputes, make decisions, listen to laws. You stand in the crowd and watch powerful men speak. Their words matter, their families matter, their alliances matter, and you realize something important. In this world, power does not only come from swords, it comes from loyalty, reputation, and who stands beside you when trouble begins. But the Viking world is not only fighting and fear, there is beauty here too. You see colorful cloth being woven, blacksmiths shaping glowing metal, craftsmen carving wood with skill, traders opening bags filled with goods from far away, glass beads, silver coins, fine cloth, objects from lands you may never visit. You understand the truth. Vikings are not only raiders, they are farmers, sailors, traders, builders, explorers, storytellers. Then, one morning, everything changes. You wake before sunrise. The village is already moving. Supplies are loaded, shields are carried, weapons are checked, food is packed. The longship waits near the shore. Today, you are going across the sea. Maybe for trade, maybe for exploration, maybe for a raid. No one gives a speech. People simply prepare, because danger is part of life. You step onto the ship. The wood creaks under your feet. The air smells like salt, tar, sweat, and cold water. The sail rises. The oars move. And slowly, your home begins to shrink behind you. For the first time, you understand how small you are. The sea is endless. The waves lift the ship and drop it again. The wind pulls at your clothes. Water sprays your face. Your hands hurt from rowing. Your stomach turns. There is nowhere to hide. If a storm comes, you cannot call for rescue. You survive together. Or not at all. Days pass. The sun rises. The sun falls. You sleep badly. You eat simple food. You drink water that tastes old. You watch the horizon until your eyes ache. And then, one morning, land appears. A distant coastline, a village, a trading town, a monastery, somewhere far from home. The mood on the ship changes. Voices become lower. People check their weapons. Some look excited. Some look serious. Some look afraid, but try to hide it. This is the part of Viking life people remember most. The raids. Fast, sudden, terrifying. But standing there, you realize something. A raid is not a game. It is not clean. It is not heroic for everyone involved. For the people on the shore, Vikings are nightmares arriving from the sea. And for you, it is dangerous too. One mistake can end your story. A stronger enemy can destroy the crew. A storm can trap you far from home. The world does not care if you wanted glory. The world only cares if you survive. When it is over, the ship leaves again. Maybe with silver, maybe with goods, maybe with fewer people than before. The sea takes you home, and your village wants to hear the story. Where did you go? What did you see? Were you brave? Did you earn your place? But by the fire that night, you feel different. You have seen how wide the world is. You have learned that glory has a cost. As years pass, your life can go many ways. Maybe you become a farmer. Maybe you become a sailor, trading furs, amber, iron, and silver. Maybe you become a warrior, chasing fame across the sea. Maybe you become a craftsman, or maybe you become a storyteller, keeping people alive through words. Because in the Viking world, a person dies once when their body fails, but they die a second time when their name is forgotten. That idea follows you everywhere. Be brave, be useful, be loyal, be remembered. But the Viking Age does not last forever. Kings grow stronger, enemies become more organized, Christianity spreads through the north. Old gods and new beliefs meet in the same world. Some people change, some resist, the old stories remain, but the future is coming, and nobody can stop it. One evening, you stand outside the longhouse. The sky is dark blue. The firelight glows behind you. The sea is black in the distance. You hear laughter inside. You smell smoke, wet wool, and salt. And you realize something. Being born as a Viking was not just about fighting. It was surviving a world that demanded strength every single day. You had to survive the winter, the ocean, the hunger, the storms, the feuds, the raids, the sickness, the fear of being forgotten. If you were born as a Viking, your life could be exciting. It could be brutal. It could be short. It could be full of adventure, danger, family, fire, and legend. You might sail farther than anyone in your village imagined. You might see lands beyond the horizon. You might return home with silver on your arm, or you might never return at all, because the Viking world was not a fantasy. It was cold, it was hard, it was real. And if you survived it, a warm room, safe food, clean water, and a quiet night would feel like treasure greater than gold. So the question is, if you were born as a Viking, could you survive?